Hello there. Well, yeah, I mean, hey there, team. So, oh god, it's 29,000. So, this is a long one. It's a very strange one, let's say. This is my final Silm fight that I did on on the version from like 2 years ago. So, yeah, and this wasn't the final one I played, but this final one I'll record. So, what we did with this one, bit odd. We decided just do max funds, no limits, no rules, anything. Just make what you want, and yeah, just see what you really come up with. So it is a 3v3. Certainly not very balanced. Certainly some very interesting plays that get thrown out from everybody involved. But I say, don't be expecting anything too overly tactical, perhaps. But anyway, hopefully it's a good bit of fun either way. So got J Monster here. So he's playing as the dwarves again. So as I say, everything here will be sort of max experience, max upgrades, everything possible applied to it, I'm sure. We've got his miners here for the grenades, of course. More miners, of course, more grenades. We saw how effective they can actually be in the previous fights. And Vault Wardens can't beat a good pike, of course. The Hammer of Mahal, very. Oh, I thought. Oh yeah, no, of course they've got their little rapid crossbows, I believe. On top, the High Thanes of the Halls, and then the Stone Hewers in the back. Now, I think he's splitting his army in half. One to sort of capture this center hilltop, and then the fight in the plains. Or, oh, actually, I think he's moving off to join up with Panthan for the fight in the plains. He's got his Iron Arbalists of Belagost, the Stone Hewers. We've got the Flame Caster, absolutely daunting there. Cool little helmet pieces they would boys have. Anyway, then Stone Hewers again, and more Stone Hewers. In front of them, we have the more Vault Wardens. Again, pikes are always solid, always in season. We've got the Brotherhood of the Silvered Hammer, Double Brotherhood, Triple Brotherhood, maybe Triple Brotherhood. So, of course, and red limits be damned, because, of course, limitless money. Then over here, my second ally, I've got Panthan playing as the Blessed Realm of Valinor. If you have got limitless money, why not play as the most expensive faction? Now we've got his Peacekeepers of Valimar there up front, behind them the Plaza Guardians of Valimar as his sort of front line, behind which he's got his Hearthguard of Tyrion there. Very, very cool. Then the Kinsmen of Ingwe, or Inwe, maybe. The Mariners of Alcolonde. Then in the back there, the Ember Weavers of Oil Lossie maybe. Very, very cool guys. I'm assuming they're like the Pyre Wolves, like Ash Priests maybe. They fire something similar to that, but that really is just a guess at this point. The Grieving Sons over here, and is that it? Surely not. Oh, in the back here. Yes, sorry, all the way in the back. Hidden right now, it seems. Oh, no, hidden from us as well. I know he's got the fancy deer riders too, but we'll just have to see that. Wait, oh, there they are. The Wild Riders of Orome, and I think there's maybe 2 units off it. It's definitely more than 1. Anyway, I've decided to go for something a bit strange. I was hoping, okay, no, we'll do me last. We'll do me last, because I'm quite proud of my little force, maybe. Anyway, we've got first adversary today is Alfie, playing as Haleth again. He's got his Durawarda up front, behind them the Sword Brothers, and then in the back there the Shield Maiden, Skalmia of Haleth. So I guess we have female berserkers pretty much. I think are they? No, they're not. They're not the berserkers. What is their equivalent to? I can't quite remember. Up front we got the more Mordra. And I think, is that it? I'm sure there's something more hidden away. But, oh no, he does. He's got some troops down on the plains, but definitely a much larger investment on the hilltop than his adversary, the dwarves. He's got more of these mounted javelin throwers. He's got 2 chariots today, the Wayne Riders. Then he does actually have a catapult. Not catapult, a ballista. Now, I do really love that it's the elves of, it's this Doriath sort of elves that come over to help the men of Haleth with their artillery. It's quite cute to see. And then, well, making some sense anyway. His ally here, Doriath, he's got his marksman of Rigian. Again, you can pack on a lot of upgrades for Doriath too. So they are going to be a good bit more, even more impressive than they are as standard here. And this is, of course, played by Gervais. Donath Mablung there. In the back there, the mounted company of Regian. He's got 2 catapults today, so some fearsome artillery pieces. Shield bearers, these are of course those fancy ass axe throwers. More shield bearers, more axe throwers, and that's kind of the same all the way across his little front line there. More Mablung, the warriors of Regian, and then the Cuthalam. Some very fine archers. My adversary, preparing to face me down, has got a very balanced army. There's a Swampert here. Of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the swarm of Company of Prince Gwyndor is gearing up to face me as I have brought the forest of the Avari to bear with my front line of Thorncasters. Just about all across the way. 2 grandfathers of the Deepwood Hearth, and then a lot of these Thorned Ancients. So very much Total War Warhammer, Wood Elf force really coming to try and smash these elves. We'll go right now. We'll stick to 0.6 speed. As I say, this will be a bit of a weird one. As I say, as you can probably tell from the setup, it's a bit of a strange setup. So yeah, charging forward immediately with the Ancients, just trying to barrel my way into this force. The Company Prince Gwyndor, very good, of course, exceptional, but not really built to deal with this many massive trees. As I hopefully will tear through, of course, well, hopefully one of them with every swing here. Let's maybe try that just so that we'll see if there's maybe a more crazy one later on. But yeah, you can see right now we are just barreling with just about everything we've got, throwing my massive stones from the grandfather there, trying to sort of get my arcs done nicely as we tear through that. Got my Thorncasters in the back, ready to eat their thorns, and we're doing some good work. So great shield value on those boys, of course, so they're not going to be too bothered by the thorns. Over here, as amazing as Panthan's Valinor force is, not really expecting double artillery from his foe. So it's a bit nasty for him. Oh, you can see some troops up here. The sentries of Alcalonde are opening up with their own arrows to respond as more Plaza Guardians are set up, and these crystals. Goodness me, very cool. So lots of magic, but your magic can be very good. It's maybe not got the same range as a catapult. Over here, the Wild Man, or Forest Man, versus Dwarf engagement is happening as the Wayne Riders have approached. And you see the charge of J-Monster into the front lines. Of course, his dwarves are going to do some very good work once they get into melee, but he is no doubt wanting to use this fancy Flamecaster, which right now is being targeted down quite efficiently. Oh, interesting. It's quite resilient to that damage, though. It's taking it. It's not really going to avoid any of those hits, but it is resisting it quite nicely. And you see, J-Monster has taken the center, but he's got a lot less troops than Alfie does. So hopefully he can do some great work against them as he is attacked. Over here, you can see my fight is ongoing as we continue to rain hell with our thorns and just everything, my giant boulders and so on, just coming through this gorgeous red and gold force. It's a bit confusing to really tell who's maybe winning and losing here, but generally the sturdy and heavy armor and multiple hit points of my Thorned Ancient ones is giving them a good resilience to the lower non-AP damage of Prince Gwyndor. Again, throwing my thorns here, there, and everywhere into these guys, but unfortunately getting the shield value again from them. But it's a tremendous amount, very close range, and we're doing some good work. Getting some Thorncasters in melee as well too, just to provide a little bit of very aggressive action there. Do a
Good tidings.
drop the general.
Enemy general lies
And you
dead.
see over here,
We have
I've
sent
got one
the cult
of
to
my
hell.
grandfathers in melee, crushing these elves again. Got the other one maybe trying to maneuver around, because of course I've got a lot of enemies to kill today, and I don't want to use all of my ammo. Got my general riding one of the grandfathers too, which I quite like. You can see over here, Panthan is just suffering at the hands of that dual catapult. Every single one of these guys, oh goodness sake, Doomsman of Mandos. Freaking spooky noise. Oh god, they're very, very intimidating. I, of course, wasn't able to focus too much on this confrontation during my battle. Oh, what the heck? What's that? That's the Ember Weavers, okay? I was thinking they were like Ash Priests. That's not Ash Priests. That's blooming. They're catapults. Holy smokes. That's absolutely brutal, even to something, as powerful as the Tyrannus Danon. They are getting absolutely blitzed by that. You can see over here, the Plaza Guardians doing their best. Over on this end, you can see the Wild Riders too. Flowing forward, looking gorgeous. Let's try and grab some shots of that maybe. Right into the Warriors of Regian. Oh! Not as dramatic as I expected. Maybe they were targeting something past them. Would have been absolutely game over for the blooming. I know a lot of them died anyway, but I would have thought that would be far, far worse. Over here, again, Brother to the Silvered Hammer. Wherever the dwarves have a nice face-to-face engagement, they tend to do quite well. But of course, the fast-moving men of Alfie's, or under Alfie's command, are not going to let that happen. Shutting down that ballista is definitely going to be a very happy move for them. And you can just see how solid those blooming Famecasters are. Holy smokes. They've been taking hit after hit, but they've been shrugging it off. Maybe, if I was Alfie at this point, would you want to maybe turn off fire ammunition? Would that be the better move so that you could fire a little bit faster? Because I don't know if you'll do any additional damage or not. You can see over here, javelins coming into the faces of the Vault Wardens. Very unpleasant for them to suffer, but it is what it is. And we're responding to that with the miners' grenades or blasting charges, whatever you sort of want to be saying, getting yeeted up into Alfie's troops here. Again, Alfie does have the numbers to sort of maybe wash this away if he wanted to, but that would be very painful for him. So I think right now he's happy enough to maintain his micro. Oh goodness sake, I just lost a few frames there. I think he's more than happy to maintain his micro over in the rest of the battlefield. You can see these guys running amok, these berserkers are getting thrown on in. Let's see, I think, are the Shield Maidens, are they basically the equivalent of these guys just with a throwing weapon and no berserker? I think that's what they do. Either way, very, very impressive in melee, as we may find later. Over here we've got, again, Doriath forces engaging these dwarves, doing their very best, and actually seeming to be handling things quite well, even without much in the way of AP. They seem to be having a good time. Over here, the rest of the front line with Valinor, somewhat struggling. Looks like the Mablung have gotten thrown on in. They seem to be overwhelming. The smaller unit sizes of Panthan are seeming to be sort of overwhelmed here and there. He is active with his cavalry. That's something that Gervais doesn't really have a counter to right now, apart from just shooting them, which will bring them down, but will bring them down an awful lot slower. Got the Peacekeepers of Valimar over here. Some more Plaza Guardians. With this slope just remaining as a power point for Panthan. Let's go to 1x speed. Everything should be, well, everything's in place now. As we see, even though, I say, this fight is going definitely in my favour. I'm sort of seeing victory across the board. Even my Thorncasters are having an okay engagement here. I'm happy enough to lose a few of them. I think I've saved a little bit of ammunition, but I've used an awful lot of it. The worry for me here, as you can see, I've got he's managed to sort of fully surround both of my grandfathers. And if I lose one of them, if I've not used up all the ammunition there, it's a punishing loss. Even, and especially losing my general, which actually I don't think it will matter, because I think everything here is locked morale. Maybe the Thorncasters aren't, but I know the Ancients are, so we're okay to lose a few. Still crushing our way through. The company of Prince Gwendor is just everywhere that we can. I think the company of Prince Gwyndor as well has locked morale. So this is just, and everywhere else is a standard battle, really. What me and Swampert have here is just a locked morale clash until there's no man standing, pretty much. Seems to very much just be what's happening. I've managed to free up one of my grandfathers, both of my grandfathers. You can see them running off to the edge there. We've got Swampert all piled in, all jumbled up in the center here. I don't really have anybody else in the middle, so I'm trying to just position my guys, and there's nothing. Swampert can't really do much. He can't really stretch himself out to avoid this, but I'm trying to make my guys shoot, and my guys aren't going to want to shoot if they're having to shoot over the Thorncasters. So I pulled this away. You can see I'm trying to get them out, get them set up. Come on, boys, because we can just do a nice carve right through here, maybe, and get some great work done. Maybe. Yep, opening fire. Well, nice little strike into the middle there, and didn't actually inflict. Oh no! Whoa. Okay, yeah. Did inflict a few casualties, but hopefully hurt a few more. Again, another smash. But just knocking them around is definitely helping us. You see something happening all the way back here.
Lies dead, slain by the enemy.
Oh, that was a part of the crystal singers there, slain. Got a little engagement happening. Oh no, this is some routing. No, Stonehewers from J-Monster all the way back here. I don't quite know how that's happened. Interesting. So J-Monster has actually gained control of the slope entirely. And I have to say, as much as I thought Alfie would have been able to push up and take that, which I still think he could have, he's decided to sacrifice it for now. I guess seeing that they should have victory, they seem to be winning in the center here. He feels more than happy just to own the plains rather than lose so many men, perhaps unnecessarily, on the slopes for a one-way attack. Just dominate the plains, then come in from both ends. Over here, we continue with the Peacekeepers of Valinor, kind of just outmatching even the exceptional elves of Doriath. Of course, the elves of Valinor are just that step above in most cases. We really got to have some proper elite forces to be going toe-to-toe with them. Over here, yes, it seems to generally be the case, but it is just, I mean, Doriath isn't really used to outnumbering their foes, but it does seem to be happening in a few of these engagements. The Doomsmen of Mandos are being a little bit overwhelmed. Oh, by the Mablink, who are now moved in to deal with the Ember Weavers, try and get some vengeance for that. I don't quite know what dealt that damage to them. Who's shooting? Oh, Wayne Riders. Oh, Wayne Riders getting a little bit of friendly fire there. Needs to be a little bit careful, Alfie. Over here, sentries coming around. Getting some. Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought these guys got dealt with way earlier, actually. But you can see over here. Oh no! Man, so many shots just being wasted. We need to come over here, maybe. Get those shots landing clear. But we do have the Crystal Weavers in melee, though. They must be locked morale, or we're just very, very stubborn. I'm wondering how effective they are in melee. I'm just taking a cup of tea, 1 second. No, they're doing all right. Hopefully going to be fighting to the very, very end. But it is definitely good for Jace grabbing a cavalry unit, even if Doriath might not really be known for their cav presence. It's good to have something. Marksmen of Region over here. Those silver thorn arrows absolutely knocking the hell out of those sentries. It looked like Panthan was thinking about making a charge toward them, but he has been shown that was a very poor move as he's trying to pull back now. But the problem is, well, it was really Panthan's only choice. I think he is out of ammunition, so he felt he needed to charge, and this one unit is now going to be able to run these sentries down. Those silver thorns, of course, yeeting guys around, very sort of high mass arrow. It is, of course, a very damaging arrow too, but it's very high mass, so it sort of throws people around, does some good work that way. The Muldra moving over here, or not Muldra, Mardra. Oof, it's more blasts happening from those grenades. Goodness sake, that's some long range. Oh, goodness sake, what's that coming from? Do these guys have a mortar? They do. Oh. Okay, they don't have crossbows. They've got bloody grenade launchers. Holy smokes! Okay, cool. Well, they're being caught now, and I'm pretty damn sure that the dragoons have an anti. Well, it doesn't matter if they've got an anti-cavalry bonus. These are elephants. Well, either way, they're getting gutted. So yes, some good grenade damage perhaps, but But no, Alfie had enough of it. Now, what's happened with the rest of bloomin' J-Monster's forces? Did J-Monster go for an offensive push? I think he did. I think J-Monster charged down the slopes, and it is, and he was devoured by, these are all his troops. Because J-Monster wanted to rush in, come to the aid of his ally on the field, and the sort of, more numerous men of Haleth were able to pick him apart down there. And that ballista's still alive. Ooh, holy smokes, okay. Used up a lot of ammunition, and to be honest, I didn't even get to see these poor guys fire. Oh, that's such a shame. Interesting, it's down as rebels. Quite cool. These guys still berserk, still just running wild, now all the way into the Valinor lines. You can see here, this fight is just about over. Panthan's got a few troops remaining, and I have been victorious. Up against all of these red-caped individuals. You're seeing a handful of dead trees, but you've got to keep in mind, everything I've got there has got another wound. I think even my Thorncasters, are my Thorncasters 2 wounds? Surely not. But either way, Thorn Ancient ones are about 4 wounds, so they're sturdy. So a lot of these guys are a lot more damaged than maybe the numbers look. Yeah, you can see over here, 20. Still, most of them are all at 20, but they are probably down several wounds, for sure. And you can also tell I'm quite a little bit weaker. Now the reason for that is because Swampert over here, unfortunately, Swampert did lose connection to the game. And he had all of these scouts tucked away at the far side. So I decided, they would have had an effect somewhere, so let's send off, at least try and go deal with them. So I've detached some units to go off and chase them down. No point in really sort of trying to deal with the rest of his allies without at least sort of giving something to try and deal with that. But gather the rest of my forces, and unfortunately, I'm on fire at will. Do I catch this? I don't think I do. I don't, so I'm wasting ammunition, and I'm slow. Maybe I'm just microing. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, just executing that poor shield bearer. He was one man. It was one man, and he just took about 300 bloody thorns. So yeah, I really should be getting my butt over here and crushing Gervais before he can really organize. And yeah, okay, that was it. So I thought he got pushed off that hill way earlier, but no, Panthan held out for a long time. I definitely could have gotten in there to save him. That's a bit of a shame.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
But you can see,
so lost half their men.
As the announcer says there, my enemies are pretty badly bloodied, and as though I'm very numerous, I'm very far down on hit points. Now, Gervais has very little remaining. He's got his map lung though, and that AP is going to be great at getting through my bark. So that's going to be very unpleasant. The Cuthalam are still around. He does have some shield bearers. Maybe he's got a throwing axe or two as well to come my way. And the Warriors of Region, again, heavy axes coming through me. So there certainly are some tools. They might not, man for man, they might not be as good as the company of Prince Gwendor, but they certainly have the necessary tools that those boys were lacking. The Berserkers ran all the way over here. Of course, once they go fanatic, once they go berserk like that, you lose control of them. Sometimes they come to their senses, like they did just there, actually. Sometimes they come to their senses, but yeah. So Alfie probably didn't want to charge them at me at that point, but he didn't really have a choice in the matter. But again, that heavy amount of damage is definitely going to hurt them. Okay, Thorns going into the cavalry, not as bad a thing, not too bad. And again, over there, but it's such maybe a bit of a waste of ammunition. You could definitely, goodness sake, very accurate though, very accurate, ladies. Either way, should be able to just deal with the last of those berserkers, reorganize, and come flying into Gervais. But I actually don't think Gervais is going to give me that chance. I think he's not going to let me go on the offensive. I think he's charging me down. Those marksmen taking an absolute smash from my flying rock there. Over here, another smash into those shield bearers. But shield bearers not too much of the concern. It's the Mablung. They're my fear here, boys. See my ancients coming forward now to engage this. Trying to, I'd say I don't have that many ancients left. The bulk of my ancients are running on over here to try and deal with the last of sort of Swampert's forces. we're gutting them down bit by bit, but you can see the power I had. You know, the way that I was able to sort of wipe away the company of Prince Gwendor so well was just because the numbers that I threw, the amount of Thorned Ancients that I threw down into that situation, that really just allowed me to I guess, outmass everything and just knock it on its ass. So without that, bit more of a concern. But the primary fight over here against Doriath is what I'm focused on right now. Thalon taking hits from my Thorncasters. See, I was pretty conservative with my ammunition from my Thorncasters during the fight against Swampert. Over here, what's happening? Oh, so we are fighting a little bit of Alfie too. Thorncasters managed to get caught out. Don't really have any anti-cavalry ability from the Thorncasters. You can see how many of them were actually killed from that charge. But either way, doesn't matter. We're slicing and dicing. Once we've got you locked in, it is game over. No two ways about that. There's some shield bearers here. And, oh yeah, shoot, we should zoom in a little bit. Managed to get around the flank there. Oh, do we have assistance? We do! Panthan coming in, fantastic, good man. Stopping these guys from getting away. Come on, get a break. No, they didn't break. That's a damn shame, but I didn't realise that Panthan was still around. That's fantastic. So yeah, Panthan comes in, give me some assistance. It might only be with 100 elves there out of ammo. Oh no, they've got bows. They've got their bows out, but the Mablunger's still kicking. The Mablunger's chasing down my general actually, and they certainly have got the ability to kill him. Easy peasy.
Only half
they
our
could take
force
him
remains.
out. Oh. No, it's fine, sir. I thought I heard my cat being sick, the poor little guy. So of course that would be I'd have to run off and make sure he's fine. But no, that was another noise. Oh, we've even got the chariot running through again. My Thorncasters, my Thorned Ancients, you can kind of do whatever you want with them. They're large. You can't really knock them about too easy. But the Thorncasters certainly can. I tried to throw a big rock at one of them. Might have hit something, but didn't take one out. Thorncasters though, dealing with them bit by bit. Okay, not. Charge didn't go off too well there. Oh, this one maybe did. Again, it hit a Thorncaster. Well, not a Thorncaster, it hit an Ancient one. So we're all right with that. Don't think I'm going to zoom over here for a second. I don't think that J-Monster's got too much left. Oh, are they fighting? Oh, there is fighting. Sorry. Oh, goodness sake. There has been fighting over here. I've missed the last bit of the engagement, but those high things stopping Alfie from coming over to assist in any way. Dealing some more damage, taking some throwing axes. See, these throwing axes are exceptionally powerful. Ooh. No, that's a cancelled shot. That's fine. Cavalry just about gone too. So that's very, very good. Either way, got the bulk of my forces. Still just trying our best up against Doriath. Having to send in my Thorncasters now to try and finish them up. You can see my Ancients down to just 2 Ancients there. That hit point damage mounting up. But we should be victorious here. We're seeing just a handful. I'd say everything I've got is locked morale. That is not something that Gervais has in his roster. So we are. It might take us some time. It's gonna be taking us a while to get that break on him, but we hopefully will be able to do so eventually. Oh dear, sorry. It's I think is it just the corpses? Let's just have a look over here for a second. Goodness sake. It was just a little bit framey there for a second, but I think it's just the corpses that are mounting up. Maybe I had gotten a shot off with my grandfather. Now, I see my grandfather now. I think that is because I'm down to 1. Don't know where the other one fell. I see him. No, I thought it was a dead horse. No, where is he? Oh dear, my boy. He's not here.
Our allies are as unsteady as an egg on a stick.
That is the announcer. He'll be coming through very quietly, but sometimes as well, if I don't speak for a minute, it's usually I'm just trying to listen to what the announcer is saying. But that's one of my allies routing from the field there, unfortunately. So I don't know if that was probably the last of the dwarves fallen. The last High Thane collapsed and or routed off the field and was just chased down there. I think that's probably what happened. So we have no more dwarven support. It is just now just down to whatever Valinor has still got kicking, and of course myself. Oh no, we've not lost our grandfather. We still have 2 of them. Because of course we've got one without the general on his head and one with the general riding on his back. So these shield bearers should eventually break, even with the Cuthalan coming in for a backstab, and the general in amongst the Cuthalan. So maybe if these Thorncasters turn around and get a few stabs, yeah, he's already sort of completely surrounded there, getting a bit overcommitted with that charge perhaps, and throwing himself into a little 5v1. These very fearsome tree warriors. There we go, good. I think if anybody's got a good chance of calming these fearsome forest spirits, it is probably the King of Doriath, but he was slain now. But over here, I'm surprised with that. These shield bearers didn't break. I mean, you've got a grandfather right there, with just a full surround going on, casualties being taken. Yeah, they're very disciplined. But again, probably, as I say, everything here's got max experience upgrades too. So that's why you're not really seeing as many routes as you would. Here's my other grandfather, of course, a lot more careful with him. Just taking these fights are a little bit more easy and safer for sure. Do not want to lose my general, even though, of course, as I say, everything's locked morale. You never want to lose your general. And just dealing with the last of Doriath. I should say, of course, watch through this video at any speed you want, and feel free to jump around. It is, of course, 29,000 frames, but I think we do, after this scrap, we do have a little bit of maneuvering. I think I probably will go to 2 times speed for a bit of that. So don't worry, I will be going through it a little bit faster, but I don't tend to make cuts during my videos. Just I like to ramble away. Gives me an excuse to ramble. So feel free to jump around though. Over here, Thorncasters spinning. Yeah, just dealing with the last of those guys. You're seeing routing off. Oh, that's quite a big break. 8 off the Mablung breaking is quite a surprise. But we are getting them out of there now. Still chasing down the Marksman of Region 2 though. And that should be it. I've not gotten an announcement from the announcer, but I think that should be them sorted. So I can start making my long trek. Let's go to 2 times speed now, because it is just sort of a trek situation now. And you see Alfie. So it is now kind of, in some ways, a 1v1 between myself and Alfie. Swampert's still got some scraps over there, of course, which I will have to look at, but it is generally going to be down to, of course, Alfie's got a lot more mobility than I do. I'm quite fast, but he's got the cav, which is not something I've got. So he's kind of got the ability to pick where he wants this fight to happen as I advance toward. We've got an admit defeat there. I think that's probably from Gervais, from our Doriath boy. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, that's a beefy unit of Maglung. They must have charged up here to pursue the last of Panthan's forces. I think that's most likely what they did. So I do still have that to deal with. Interesting. I think for now I just sort of ignore that. I'm not really wanting to come all the way up that slope just to kill him. So I think I focus my attention on Alfie. But I'm going to have to look at that, because that's 39 Mablung. That certainly is, again, that could wipe out a grandfather. That would definitely kill the likes of those 11 ancients. So what do I have? I've got 11 ancients there. Well, Thorncasters dotted around. You can still see the fight happening in the far south there on the mini-map. 14 ancients. You know, before, if you asked me a little while ago, I would have told you, you know, like the grandfathers are the guys to be staying out of the fight. But you're seeing now, why the hell is my NVIDIA app telling me that I can get a bloody reward available? I don't care. What? Why did... I don't like when programs advertise things. Well, to be honest, it wasn't an advertisement. It seems to just be giving me a reward for something. But why? Why do that now? And why make me exit? Why do I have to exit a game to close it? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, sorry, distracted. Now my grandfathers are going to have to be used quite effectively, or well, aggressively maybe. But you can see here, and that's 2 units of Mablung. Or is that 1? No, that's 1 unit of Mablung. They're just stretched out here. But something I do have is I've actually got a good bit of ammo. I've been quite conservative with that ammunition again, because of the importance of it. I've been picking my targets, And that's the way that I'm going to try and deal with these Mablung. You saw I dealt like at least one good smash against them. Now they're going to be resilient to that. They're quite well armored and so on, but little by little, we should be able to deal with them. Good, so you can sort of see my army fully now. So it's still a lot of ancients. But these ancients, so many of them are going to be down, especially this group of 3, you know? They must be down to their last hit point. Over here, the Thorncasters, again, you know, they're definitely out of ammunition by this point too. So they really are just sort of little aggressive infantry. Still well armored, still good, but yeah. And you can see, so I don't want, I'm wanting to make sure that Gervais is quite a distance away. I don't want him to be attacking me from behind just as, okay. Maybe I think I take this fight. I don't think I want him behind me. I don't think I want him charging behind me while I'm dealing with Alfie. So while he's out in the open field, I think, do I get this aggressive? Surely not. This is really bold. I think I cut him off from his cover, and then he makes a pretty cool move here by actually tucking in around his artillery so that it limits the effectiveness. Get away! It limits the effectiveness of my grandfathers. But with a full surround now, stick with 2 times speed. But, you know, we will give these guys the honour of this final fight. Now they will definitely see those swings have a great chance of dropping my ancients. But I mean, these guys are damaged too, and dude, whoa, that was a very bold move, Lollipops. Very bold move, Lollipops. It worked out. It did work out, but I'm quite surprised I made that move. Coming in with the grandfathers, just trying to take him out. Fingers crossed we don't lose anybody, but it doesn't look like it. Once we move off, we'll see how many guys I actually lost in that little attack. I think it was a good move. I think it was definitely for the best. You can see this move from Alfie. Alfie's got some cavalry. He was thinking about coming in to assist. Maybe pick off some of my guys with a charge, but no, he's pulled back after seeing how swiftly we dealt with them. Now let's just clear. No, we don't need to clear the grass. You seeing any dead trees? I think we actually came through that really quite well. Holy smokes! You can see some over here. What one? But a couple of Thorncasters. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Thorncasters. 6, 7. A couple of Thorncasters over here. Maybe 10. Round it up. Another one there. I think there's only 2 ancients. Yeah, because that's another Thorncaster. We lost quite a few Thorncasters, but we only lost 2 ancients. Another one there too. Yeah, so I say quite a lot of Thorncasters, but ancients are what we need to preserve here. But again, hit point damage. You know, it's not just a 2 hit point unit, not a Thorncaster, an ancient. You know, the ancients are pretty damn beefy. Maybe, you know, even a little bit of damage to one of my grandfathers. So we will zoom in. We'll let Alfie get set up. Of course, we're all in a voice channel together during these fights. Especially this one was quite sort of wacky. It was a lot of fun, and this was where we were. We were definitely getting quite. I don't want to say aggressive. We were definitely lightly hazing Alfie at this point a bit about his chances here, because Alfie's got all the tools to take me out, but this is still quite if he doesn't do this right, this is definitely the type of force that can overwhelm you and can definitely sort of wipe you out quite quick. So just about everybody in the Discord channel, both allies and opponents, were sort of picking away at him a bit, which was quite funny. Because he does, let's see, Skaldmares, very good. Shield Maidens, I just tend to call them. Shield Brothers over here, or Sword Brothers. Can easily deal with my my Thorncasters. Some more menacing troops in the back there. Do they still have no javelins? No javelins. Ballista though. Still have some Doriath representation on the field with that ballista crew. Oh, sorry, maybe missing something, Let's go back to 1 time speed for a second. As you see, the Dragoons coming at me. What are they catching? Is the minimap a bit confused? No. Ah, there we are, cool. Ooh, he was thinking about it. See, if you could get a charge, on my grandfather, I think that's what he's trying to go for. There's no point in just charging the ancients, and I think he's maybe been caught out. No, he's gonna get away. I say, as fast as my guys are, you can see how fast the ancients are. You know, it's just the we're not as fast as a horse. So I'm not going to charge up the way he wants. You know, I don't want that ballista. You can see I don't want that ballista to snipe me down. So I'm going to come up through the top, you know, and deal with him this way. Again, a little bit of spear power there as well. Just a little bit of spear power again. But, so you can, you know, it's those sword brothers. If those sword brothers just get tied up with my ancients, it's going to be the same as the company of Prince Gwyndor. You know, they're just not going to do the damage that's needed. So, don't know. Though those sword brothers have got quite a high attack value for a swordsman, of course. But yeah, that's really where the bulk of his strength is. So it's kind of, if he doesn't get a good ballista shot on me, if he can't deal with, say, one of my ancients with a ballista, it's maybe game over. If I can run riot with my two grandfathers, then he's not gonna love it. He's not gonna love it at all. Now this is really bold. Why am I leaving all my Thorncasters without any protection from cavalry? That's really, really bold. I should have a group of ancients down there. Do I? Oh, I do. I've got some ancients guarding them. That's fine. Because yeah, he could just deal with my Thorncasters there, and without the remaining Thorncasters, I'm not going to be dealing with the sword brothers. So anyway, grandfather here chasing these guys off the hill. This is my hill. This is the hill I want. It's the hill I've earned. So by my presence, or my dwarves, my dwarven allies earned this hill. So no, I want to keep it for us. I'm charging this. Goodness sake, bit bold. That's for general. Bolts, what's going on? But oh well, we're going for it. Some ancients backing us up. Let's see if we can get a break. If we can just get a break on this, then a little victory, just chipping away at a superior, well, at least a superior numbered foe, is certainly pretty good. And suddenly, I've got the high ground, and it's not so much about the high ground though. It's more a shorter approach between cover and the ballista. That's the goal. Now let's see, again, can he kill off an ancient? Don't know if he can. Not looking like it. Not these spearmen. Again, max morale upgrades for them. They're going to stick it out as best they can. But they are exhausted actually, goodness sake. Hi guys, exhausted as well of course. But I thought they would maybe gotten some energy back. Of course, Medieval 2, you get energy back so slowly. That's like the one issue I've got with Medieval 2. Maybe I've got a few issues with Medieval 2, but it is just the way that you get energy back in Medieval 2. It's just so slow. Now, it makes sense, of course. If I think in some of the Total Wars, yeah, you can just sort of sit there, and if you have a unit sitting there for 5 minutes, suddenly they're back to full energy. It's like that's not really how people work, but. I do think it takes maybe a little bit too long in Medieval 2, because it is a big, if you're pulling a unit out of a fight for 10 minutes, that's a big sacrifice, so you kind of want a reward for that. You kind of want to see some improvement, but they just go from exhausted to very tired. Okay, broken there too. Finally, but I see they only broke at 10. 10 men, so that was pretty exceptional from them. No losses. Oh no, these are dwarves, those are my allies. Oh, great losses over there. I was going to say, don't think I lost any ancients. Oh, do we have a charge? Well, we're moving. It looks like I'm getting stuck in, leading the way with my general. Mounted on his ent. The ballista targeting us. But we're not an easy target. Certainly not an easy target to hit. Even losing a few ancients to a ballista would be catastrophic here. These guys are fresh. Well, some of them are fresh. Charging into the front lines there. Engaging them there. Pushing straight on through into the Sword Brothers, it looks like. I'm wanting that ballista gone. Of course, if I can shut down that ballista, it's game over. Oh, both. Nothing. No hits. Still slicing and dicing, still bashing our way around. Grandfather coming around here. Oh, dude, I should have just attacked that. I think I tried to run past them. But if I tried to attack them, I think I could have smashed that out very, very quickly with the grandfather. Because you can see here, they're enjoying that fight. Oh, downed ancient over there. Thorncasters coming on in. still got Cap.
By the saints, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him,
Big
his
flying
troops will
rock.
lose their will to fight.
Right into the Skaldmares. Or the Skaldmare, I should say, really. Again, Grandfather coming to try and sort that out now, too. Of course, these ladies have got probably the best chance of actually killing my Grandfathers. But, oh no, we're right into the ballista. Good. Getting that sorted is #1 priority, of course, as we can try and smash this down. But the problem is that's just leaving my Grandfather to take those hits. Now, lucky for me, the ballista absorbed most of that first volley, and I'm trying to hit back. They got a lot of axes into me, but I got a big boulder into them. Quick look at the front line. We'll zoom in for a little minute. You can see it's just mess. It's just mess right now. So I do not want them to kill my general. So I'm sending in my Grandfather just to try and tie them up into my line. You see a flank around there. Doriath. Into the backs of my Thorncasters. Again, locked morale, so not really having to worry about morale there or breaking. Just worried about killing, really. Again, crushing into these warrior women, which they will be dealing tremendous damage to me again. I'm pretty sure that they do AP, but either way, if they don't do AP, it's still a lot of damage, and I'm just walking through right now, it seems. Almost got that ballista dealt with. Almost got that ballista fully dealt with. Just getting we're trying to charge in now, it looks like. That's what my thinking is. Oh, Dragoons have come on over. Cavalry is something that I do not have an answer to right now. Almost got a charge on me. There's a break. That's a big break from the Sword Brothers. Holy smokes. That's a big break from the Sword Brothers. Ancients there, smashing through. My Grandfathers still doing their best here. Shield Maidens chasing us down. Don't know how much ammo they've got, but either way, the damage that the Shield Maidens do is tough to match. How are we doing with Ancients? 9 Ancients there, enjoying that fight. Ancients are doing good there. Ballista crew coming on over. They've still got that ballista. If they could buy some time. Oh no! Grandfather 1 down. Grandfather 1 is down. Oh, well, that's Grandfather 2, I suppose. But either way, big shame. Sword Brothers coming in, trying to surround my last Grandfather. Shield Maidens all around us. Heavy numbers. Lots and lots of slashes coming in. Two Thorned Ancients. There's still 13 there, but now we're seeing defeat is a distinct possibility for us. Trying to get my boy out.
Pray something changes in the course
The announcer does not like the chance. The announcer does not like the chance, but he doesn't believe. He doesn't understand the strength of the trees. So, you know, just do not trust him right now. Victory is a distinct possibility for my Ancients. That's all that matters right now. You can see the cavalry chasing me. They pull off a good... Oh, dang! I duped him! Quick little... Oh, yes. Very tough to charge. Sort of little single entity units like that. So I've managed to sort of just duke around it. Catching a few Sword Brothers who have managed to recompose themselves. Oh, duped him again! No charging for you, Alfred. Sorry, sir. So no, we're okay. You can see my front line is collapsing now, though. It's not looking nice. It's not looking nice at all. Especially you have Ballista crew coming in. Only 8 of them, but really it's not about the numbers at this point. Well, it is about the numbers. But smaller numbers is really all you've got now. 28 Shield Maidens still. One Thorn Ancient left in that unit. 1 Thorn Ancient left in this unit. 2 over here. 1 over here now too. So I've got so many just like individual Thorn Ancients running around. And that's it. So I'm just trying to pick my targets really with the Grandfather. Just make sure that I'm avoiding those Shield Maidens, because they're really the main unit that can kill him. Everybody else can only really scratch him. They've got the damage to really do the work. You can see they've actually got axes. They've raised them up, they're ready to throw, but they're just don't have a shot on anything. Too many of their troops are in the way. They don't have the Dark Lord ability to just ignore that and volley into the swarm. Well, you know, friendly fire be damned. Alright, getting some hits, good. It is, I mean, yeah, you're seeing now, very much just is 1 Ancient there. Dearie me, really is just my Grandfather now.
Our army is tired.
You can see, yeah, Alfie's spotted this. He's coming for a charge. Not killed him. That's a surprise. But either way, it was a good charge. Definitely a good move to charge him. But no, he resisted it. He was stubborn. Grandfather turning around, Just, I mean, there's nothing I can do at this point. I can, because if I leave this blob, the shield maidens will just be like, oh well, goodbye, and execute me. So I've just I've got to stay in the middle of all this. We're approaching the last 1,000 frames here though. Chasing down my ancient again. Ooh. Oh, coming around, Alfie. Good man. Okay, yeah, definitely sort of smart move coming around here. Oh, victory is certain. They like their chances. They see that it is just this one final tree. They have slain so many trees already. I don't know what a tree will really... Well, yeah, fallen trees do fertilize forests. They do some great work with that. Of course, that's... Oh, gave a little half volley toward this one ancient coming in just to be the final bodyguard for the grandfather. Trying... Oh, dropped. Oh, no, didn't kill one. But yes, killed one. Maybe... Nope, she's stumbling. She's stumbling, but she is... she's being stubborn. She's being damn stubborn. This tree is not taking her down. I've just come in. Alfie's doing his best to get that charge off. I need a break. I need to smash something, cause some sort of break here. Shield Maiden is reloading. Okay, no, he wants this dead. He wants this one ancient dead, it looks like. How much ammunition Alfie had there. If that Thorn Ancient could like absorb that, like say if they only had one volley and that Thorn Ancient just soaked it all up, that'd be a dream. But no, cavalry coming in, just trying to hold the cav, just trying to hold it as the I love this. I love the captain. Like the captain, the Shield Maidens look so cool. Well, it's such a I'm a sucker for warrior women. Like I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna deny that. And
St. Andrew protect us. Our general lies slain upon the battlefield.
Wasn't even the Shield Maidens that did it. It was a spear to the back, or the determination of the Sword Brothers. And my Thorn Ancient then is the final guy to fall. Just heartbroken by the loss of his grandfather off there. Now, of course, in reality, there was still the surviving boys over in this area, but we were taking it generally as whatever happened between myself and Alfie. Had Swampert not lost connection, this would have, of course, been going a bit differently. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was a unlimited money. I think overall, I definitely had the least balanced. Well, maybe Swampert, but ignoring Swampert, I had the least balanced, and I think probably most powerful army. Had Gervais just decided to go Cuthalam and Mablung, maybe, would have changed the game a bit. But yeah. A lot of kills from my boys. Let's just see who sort of did the most, I guess. Of course, you can see I was a lot more careful. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't really see that. I was a lot more careful with my general's grandfather than I was my others. But yeah, I mean, very nice. Thorn Ancient there to get some good ones. Oh, Thorncaster 265. Very, very nice though. But yeah, I love the Avari as a whole. I love them as a faction. I think they're so cool. They're definitely a faction I struggle with a lot, but I love those trees. I love the Thorn Ancients. They're so cool, and yeah, really fun to use. And they're perfect for my like sort of play style. I was using them very aggressively there, but normally I would use them kind of like a tar pit is kind of the way that I use my Thorn Ancients. They just grab a unit and they just stick there. Kind of course like Treekin, which like you use them in Warhammer, but all in all, very, very fun little scrap, and I wanted that to be the final one. I was so heartbroken because I thought that I had lost my version of Silmarillion, because of course this is a very outdated version now, so I thought I had lost this battle, but luckily it was there, and I did have the version tucked away in a folder somewhere, so I was able to play this through. By the way, I will go and make sure that these recordings have gone properly, and then I will delete this version and get updated. So that should be great. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Thank you to of course Silm team and everybody. But yeah, and I will see you later.